I'm gonna give a metaphor or analogy. A metaphor or analogy to that of interconnection, interconnectedness, and being autonomous, but yes, interdependent. Imagine there's a good athlete. He takes a bow and an arrow. He checks the winds. He checks the factor, like the temperature, the wind and everything around the weather. And then there's a goal there. There's the target there. You have to summon all the energy and then super focus using all the elements around them and then shoot. Okay? So none of the story, and one would say, but one moment, the wind is not important, or let the wind do something. Everything was important to shoot. So if we say the investor, but they're not important with the vision, I'm like, as if the ground is not important for this person to stand on, as if the bow was not important to reach the goal. If it's the arrow that, and they said, but at the end, look, the arrow hit the goal, and that's what we celebrate. And I'm like, but yes, the arrow to hit the goal, and even the arrow, there's many components of the arrow that makes it be called an arrow. But an arrow, like a stick, not any stick is an arrow. So you really have, it's all an orchestra of elements, factors coming together. And on the outside, it looks, wow, it's amazing. Look at companies, the amazing brand over the last years, 50 years, 100 years. This person did it. I'm like, it's impossible. Everything and everyone did it. How? They all focused on the same vision, mission, purpose, and goal, regardless if they were small investors, big investors, a CEO that came and left, an operational guy that came and left, the HR that came and left, the HR that stays. Like everybody make that it reaches the goal. So again, to believe that in separation and through separation, this is all happening, one need to really live in the biggest disillusionment of the mind, because it is impossible.
And I'll just call it my own word. It's ego, right? So if a founder, again, we're going back to what we just talked about earlier, which is if you identify with the role too much and what you're accomplishing too much, if you're just doing it because you want to get rich quick, there's so much identification and ego that you stop to see that actually the investor, the employees, the clients, they're all in a relationship with you. They're all in an ecosystem with you. It is, how can you contribute the success of your company if you don't contribute it to your clients? The ones who gave you, you exchanged a service or a product for money. They're as equal for your success than you are. You didn't build the company, you almost built it together. You and your clients together. You and your employees, they did the work. You and your investors, they put the money in. So it's an interesting dynamic that founders who I think can maybe say, I'm in the power, it's me, I did it alone, and ignore all the other contributions from everyone else around that did it together.
Yeah, I will use your words in a very simple form based on like another image. There's only one sentence when we succeed in reaching goal: we did it. And then there's one word that someone, a founder or someone say, I did it. I did it by, I was perfect doing my role. Yes, I was perfect doing my role. Hence, we did it. But if no one can say, I did it all. I'm like, it is impossible. So when I say yes, we can give lots of pride. Ego is also healthy. We can give ourselves lots of compliments, validation. It's amazing. So I would say I did my role, my function perfectly, and probably I was the best for that team in my function. And yes, celebrate, be happy. It was me in that function, but I didn't do it. We did it. I played my role perfectly. And then imagine how much it's helpful to move on and create other companies when one understand it's the role that it's played perfectly and not the personality that playing God.